stand up. Get up off your ass, homie, man up. This a mentality. Yeah, we getting balls deep. Conversation over here ain't for the weak. This the mentality. 6 p.m. going live. Got people tuned in worldwide. This the mentality. We the realest of the realest, and we know everybody gon' feel it. This the mentality show. You know how it go. Real man over here, bro. It's the mentality show. You know how I go. Can't catch an H over here, bro. No.
What up, what up, what up? What's up, everybody? We are here. We are live. We so apologize for the delay there. We had some technical issues, but my man Tech C resolved all that. He is the man. Thank you, sir, for that. And again, we apologize.
I hate technology at the same time.
Trust me, I know what you mean. I couldn't have done any of that shit you just did. This dude did some MacGyver shit. He pulled some wires out of his asshole, plugged it into V's asshole, connected it to his little lap board here, and we are here live. So good to be here, folks. I'm your host, Delano. Welcome to the Mentality Show. Got my man Tech C. You just heard him talking right there. What up, Tech C? And my man Vato V. What up, V?
What up, mi raza? We're just trying to check this technology, but it's all good. We are sounding a little muffled. Not muffled, but like very staticky.
We do. We sound a little staticky.
We're staticky, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody told you that?
I'm listening to myself.
Okay, we still
sorry, mi raza.
working out the text.
How about now?
Still working out the
There's
text.
a delay, so it took a minute.
Yeah? Can you hear me loud and clear? I hate having to do this on the air, folks. But again, hey, this is how it is sometimes. Live, absolutely. And we are shooting this live in downtown, so we are in a high rise right now. And sometimes things can get a little muffled there in the high rise. But again, we're good. You sure, V? We're good?
We're good.
Okay, so again, we're live. Welcome to the show, folks. The Mentality Show is what it's called. Usually we start this thing at 6 p.m. Again, we're starting a little late, okay, because it's 6:30 now. Can somebody please turn that down? I can hear myself.
So we're trying to fix technical difficulties.
We're good. It's hard hearing myself when I'm talking to myself. Okay, so, folks, it is Wednesday, June 29th, 2022. This is our 11th episode of Season 3 of the show. Okay, and welcome again, and thank you for joining us on this wonderful podcast. Again, folks, I'm your host, Delano. What up?
What up?
I appreciate the love. Thank you for the applause. Okay, let's let those applause die down at home, people. Nice. And then we have our audience at home applauding. Let's let that die down. Okay, and then we got my man, Sexy Texy. Crickets. Vato V, what up, V?
Hey, ¿qué mi raza? ¿Cómo estamos? Buenas tardes.
How come Vato V gets the applause? He gets the standing ovation before he gets there we go.
He gets the horny girl.
Damn, V, you getting the business, bro.
I am 99.9% of the time.
Nice. That's how you make them sound, V? Make you feel like you're doing something?
Yeah, that's me.
That's V rocking her world.
Yeah, but that's me moaning.
Damn, you sound like that, V?
Yeah.
Folks, so again, we are the crew today. We don't have Dr. CW with us. He is at home, attending to some personal business. He'll be back with us in a few. And then Vato V is going to be stepping away for a short time there. Maybe about 2 or 3 months, and then he'll be back with us. So in the meantime, it's going to be me and Tech C you'll be listening to, and any other special guests we may have that could come in and step in for Vato V and Dr. CW. But of course, there's no replacing those guys. So whoever it is going to be better.
Well,
so we're looking forward to having him or her on the show. Could be a female, because we don't judge these days. All right.
No.
So I'm just going to throw some things out there. And we're gonna
touch on them.
We're gonna touch on those things, okay?
I gotta touch each other on
Yes.
Abortion, gun laws, R. Kelly, religion, January 6th, Corona, legalization of prostitution.
Wait. Corona's not over?
No.
Apparently not.
Everybody's acting like it is.
I know, right? We're gonna talk about that. And so we're going to hit on the critical race there. We're going to make the show kind of a little bit political today, and a little bit of other things that we talk about on the show. Vato V and myself, we're going to throw some random questions out there and answer those things and see how we feel about that. Folks, of course, at any time, if you'd like to chime in on what we're talking about, the number is 818-564-7772. Again, 818-564-7772. Give us a call if it's funny. If it's interesting, we will put it on the air. So don't be shy. Don't be thinking you can call up here and say something interesting and we ain't gonna put it on the air. I got Tech C and Vato V standing by to read us those comments. Okay, so but of course, before we do that, okay, if you're new to the Mentality Show, or if you've never seen the show, then we must warn you that the views and opinions expressed on this show, some listeners and viewers may find offensive. Viewer discretion. We don't give a fuck. All right, so let's get into it. I threw some things out there. I kind of gave you a teaser on some of the things we're going to touch on. And yeah, let's kind of get into it. We got a lot to cover today, and I know we started late, so we like to get into the meat and potatoes. You know, fuck the appetizers. Let's just dig right there and get that steak. Okay,
Digging that ass.
taters. All right. So first thing, what we're going to talk about are some of the things that are happening in our current environment, our world today. And there's a lot of politics going on right now. We try to avoid that stuff, but there's just so much bullshit going on in our world today
Current events.
that we really, really need to hit on, okay? Number one, I'm just going to throw it out there, okay? And we're going to talk about it because we ain't scared to talk about these things, okay?
Negative.
So there's, as you know, this week, the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas and friends, Amy Coney Barrett, Kavanaugh, and I forgot the other gentleman's name, decided that they are going to move forward with abolishing abortion. Okay?
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas led the way on that whole thing there.
All bad.
And, you know, gentlemen, just give me what your thoughts are on it. I'll talk about how I feel about it. And, you know, we're going to get a little deep today. Balls deep. Okay, so don't be scared to talk about what we're going to talk about. All right, abortion. Or the abandonment or the abolishment of abortion. How do you feel about that?
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Let's go to R. Kelly. No, you know, I think this is actually this is the
Already fucking
downfall.
up.
This is the downfall for females, I believe, because you know it's kind of set us back in time instead of moving forward or progressing in whatever we're doing here in the United States or just anywhere in the world. It's a step back with all, you know, people having rights and stuff like that, you know, especially females. I mean, what man gives a female the right to do whatever the fuck she wants with her own body? Like, you know, we're talking about abortion. Okay, there's a couple of topics there. There's a couple of things that people touch on that. But it's a person's right to do whatever the fuck they want with their own body. Like, who am I to tell you no, you can't do that? Like, how about if a female gets raped and she gets pregnant?
Right.
And how are you gonna have a child that is unwanted? You know, and it has nothing to do with the kid, but it's like
I just think like those women that were
feminists.
like they were out there for it. Half of them are gonna, or not half of them, but a percentage of them, someone's gonna get raped in that crowd.
Yeah.
And want to abort this child, and
Yeah.
now they can't.
Yeah, that's the shit. That's hypocrisy. Like hypocrisy at its finest. Like, how is it that you are going to tell a female what to do with her own body? Like I said, you're gonna have a person that's raped, and you're gonna have a child that's unwanted. Now, this individual is either going to get rid of the baby, like somehow, some way, it's gonna go into the system, or, you know, fucking thinking radically here, she might even harm the child as soon as that baby's born because she, you know, she can't get rid of it. So now she's really gonna kill the baby, and it's gonna be something very, very difficult. So it's just unbelievable what the fuck happened, what's going on in the world today, you know? I mean, here's in the United States.
At the same time, the people are protesting, and they're walking and closing the freeways and shit. That's
Yeah.
kind of retarded.
Fucking
too.
idiots.
And
Like, are you
it's-
serious right now?
I saw on social media that girl from Fuller House,
Jordan Sweden. Idiot.
The LAPD knocked her on her ass.
Yeah.
She went fucking sliding down the freeway.
You know what pisses me off, man? Like, when it comes to shit like that, you got all these fucking dumbasses closing down the freeway, and then when you have when you have law enforcement trying to control the situation to move them off the freeway, and then they push them off or they hit them or whatever, you know what I mean? It's like they feel like they're the victims here. Like, are you fucking antagonizing?
Illegal to get on the street. Yeah.
Yeah, like you have all these dumb fucks that are antagonizing officers, and all of a sudden, like, you're the victim. Get the fuck out of here, man. I'm sorry, man.
No.
No?
Let's not do that. Let's not say that during these protests and all that stuff that was going on, especially during the George Floyd things, like those police officers were acting like assholes.
Good.
Okay. There were a lot of asshole police officers. There were
Good.
police officers that were doing some dumb shit, beating up folks for no particular reason, just
True.
because they had a bad day and that type of thing.
Yeah.
Now you're also right,
Or a
B,
chip
you
on their
also
shoulder.
or a
Yeah.
chip on their shoulder, because one of their own, people were kind of hating police officers, big time at that time.
No, that's
you're
not.
right, also,
That
yeah.
wasn't one of their own. That was not one of their own. That fucker took it upon himself to murder somebody.
But he was a police
Yeah,
officer.
and-
he wore a badge. He
yeah,
was
he
a
wore
police
a badge.
officer who
He's a piece of
who
shit.
Did
Yeah.
a fucked up thing.
I agree.
And I also agree with you. Also, you do have some people who kind of take it too far, and if you touch a police officer, expect some bullshit to happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jody Sweeten, I believe that's what she did. She touched the officer.
Well,
So she
of
got
course,
what
like
she-
any other video, you only see the
Part.
end of it, of what happened. So you only see
True.
the cop just knocking her over. We don't know if she struck them or
Spit on him.
Yeah.
and all
yeah,
kinds
just some
of stuff.
stupid shit. Because she probably feels entitled because she's an actress.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm Jody Sweeten. I was big time back in 1982.
She said like I was in
Nobody
full,
cares.
so like I was in Full House and I'm in Fuller House and now you're full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Who are you? That police officer probably was, when she was doing Full House or Fuller House, he was probably
He's
like 1-2 years older.
He's
at the
probably
time.
this
He had
whole
no-
crowd's actors. This is LA.
Exactly.
I just pushed.
The next nobody.
I pushed somebody more famous than you on his ass 2 days ago. So who do you think you are? All right. So what I like to say on this here
He's
is
like, I'm the one who fucked up Robert Downey Jr. when he got
right, exactly. Back in '85. Do you know who I am? All right. So when it comes to them voting against abortion, this is why it affects me, because 50 years ago in 1973, that's when Roe versus Wade was established, in the Supreme Court, and they made it legal for abortion for anyone who wants to decide to have this abortion up to a certain amount of time in the pregnancy. They can do that. Okay. Now, for these folks who believe that life begins at conception, they decided, this minority of people, because most people, 70% of Americans, believe that a woman's body is her body. She has a choice to do with whatever she wants to do. They may not believe in abortion, but they believe in a woman's choice to do something like this. And this minority of judges, or minority of people, this 10% or whatever, it's like the minority is taking over the majority these days, and that's
'cause
what
they have
people are
power.
pissed about. Exactly, they're using their power to overturn elections, to overturn abortion rights. Now they're talking about coming after contraception. They're talking about coming after what two consenting adults can do in the bedroom.
How are they
it's-
ever going to know?
Whether they're going to have, if somebody decides to listen in, they're in there fucking each other in the ass, I'm going to call the
That's
authorities.
going to be like
Knock
that.
on your door.
Like that
Okay.
novel 1980, where they said that they had to hide in the corner to not be seen in the world. Like they're,
I've never seen that.
It's
What?
a book,
It's a book.
and it talks about how in the future you can, like, the government has eyes on you no matter where you are, and they can see you and they regulate everything.
I wouldn't be surprised. This world is turning into fastest country. Okay, I'm serious. It's turning into that whole thing. You have this minority of people, or these very few people who want to run the whole country. So now, as V mentioned, rape, incest. Some 13-year-old girl gets pregnant by her father or stepfather.
Yeah.
She has to have that baby. Her life is over. Okay, her parents' life is over. Whoever has to raise that child that didn't rape her has to deal with that whole thing too.
And it depends. It depends on the state you're in too. California is very liberal, so it's like we're
It's a safe
still-
state, right?
Yeah,
For-
it's a safe state for anybody that wants to come here and be like, hey, look, this is what happened.
But
you
no,
come
here's
over
the
here.
thing. They're talking about arresting. If they find proof, they're saying, this is something they're going to do. If you live in Texas and they find out you go to California to get an abortion,
You
can
get
be-
arrested. You're
yeah.
fugitive.
there's going to be. Think about this. If you're a woman and you have a miscarriage, okay, that's already a traumatizing event. Okay, now you have to worry about being under investigation because of a miscarriage, that a very extremely unfortunate event that just happened to you. Now you have to worry about the extra stress of possibly getting arrested for this miscarriage. Situations like that.
How are they going to find out that you leave the state to go on abortion and come back?
They're investigations.
How?
Investigations.
I mean, that's
if somebody gets a
difficult to
hint that
do.
you're pregnant, okay.
so someone's going to
Let's
rat
say-
you out then.
Yes, if somebody rats you out, you can get arrested. They're talking about doing that type of thing.
Then
if
I'd
they
be like-
find out in any kind of way that you went to you traveled across the state to get an abortion, you can be arrested for that. That's what they're talking about doing.
You just go
It's not
across.
at that
You
point
just
yet.
go across the border, and that's it. How are they gonna know?
I don't.
They're
I
not
don't,
gonna. They're
I don't
not gonna
think
do
they're
that.
gonna know. I don't think they're gonna know.
Yeah, I don't
If
think
you-
so.
if
either.
you-
That book I referenced was 1984, not
Yeah.
1980.
Let's say you hinted to
George Orwell.
George Orwell. I know that
Yeah.
book. Yeah, that's why I didn't know 1980.
Don't
if you
fuck this up.
if you hint to anyone, I don't know, let's say you're a 13-year-old girl, or whatever. I don't know, any woman.
Wait,
gets
you know how that is? You're like a 13-year-old little girl sometimes.
There you go. That's how I know all this. Or any woman that gets pregnant. Okay, if she hinted to anyone and they ratted her out, like you said, Tech,
Some
to
fucked
the
up shit.
authorities, or they mention it to somebody that rats them out. If it's found out and they put you under investigation, it's found out that you got an abortion, you could be susceptible to being arrested. Now, a lot of prosecutors have gotten together, they say, and decided that they're not going to pursue these type of cases.
They're not.
But if you get some zealous prosecutor that decides to do this, it can happen. It can happen.
Look,
Believe it or not.
I am a
Well, maybe. Well, unlike our prosecutor here in LA County,
that's
fucking
Gascon,
bitch.
Gascon little weenie.
Fuck
yeah,
that.
they're trying to.
He's gotta go. He's gotta
oust him
definitely go.
now,
Yeah,
so.
he's gone.
You just don't see it happening. Like, I mean, so then you flee. You're a fugitive of Texas and you flee to Los Angeles or
To stay.
California to stay.
Yeah.
And that's it.
No. If you,
I know, but I'm
I know
saying,
what you're saying.
I know what you're saying. You go to LA to get an abortion. You go back home and they're like, put him up. You have an abortion. You're under arrest.
That's how bad.
And then
it's
you're like,
getting.
you're on the run, right? And you go
Yeah.
back to LA and then you're free.
That's
Yeah.
how bad it's getting. There's a chance you could be arrested for that, or under investigation, or whatever. If they want to make it a felony or misdemeanor, probably a felony, because they feel like you're taking someone's life. They believe in conception life begins at conception. What about you guys? Do you believe that life begins at conception?
I believe that life begins as soon as that baby's out of that womb, man.
As soon as that baby's independent from his mother, right?
I believe so, yeah.
I believe that as well. Okay.
And I get it. Like you see ultrasounds because you can't see it. Like obviously it's not real, but it is real. I understand both sides. But a female, but if a fetus is like a couple months, like a month or two, and it's not developing the way that you want it to develop.
Mhm.
If you're seeing that it has some kind of health problems or health conditions or whatever, or spinal bifida or Down syndrome or or whatever medical condition is going to be a hardship for the kid and for the family, that's the female's right to do whatever she needs to do.
It was her right.
Oh, it was her right
Mhm.
to do whatever she wanted to. I can't say get rid of the baby. That sounds horrible, but have an abortion for so they can be at peace with themselves.
And like what she said, is if this baby's due for a hard, suffering life,
Yeah.
with some type of condition,
Yeah.
something
Whatever
like
condition.
that. Yeah, and that mother decides to, terminate the child.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with
Terminate
that.
the pregnancy.
Terminate the pregnancy. There you go. Terminate the pregnancy. Then, maybe she's making the right choice for
Yeah.
that child and for herself. What about a situation where she could possibly die during this pregnancy?
Yeah.
Okay, as a black man, black women out there are highly susceptible, especially women of color in these communities where they can't afford to get health care, proper
Yeah.
health care. They're very, very susceptible to dying during childbirth. Okay,
Difficult
if it's
pregnancy.
difficult? What if they're in their type of situation, but the government is saying, nope, you're gonna fuck your life, you're gonna have this baby, and whatever happens to that baby after it's born, that's up to you. Okay, because we're not gonna give you the programs
Yeah.
and all that stuff, the health care and
Yeah.
everything to help.
Government, yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna give you that shit,
Assistance.
But you
But-
can't get rid of the baby.
but you can't get rid of the baby.
You can't
It's
terminate
so
the pregnancy.
fucked up. It's so.
It-
This is the worst. This is the big in my life. This is the biggest decision. Usually, America is advancing.
Yeah.
They're never regressing.
Oh, this
okay?
is a big time regression.
This is such a big time regression. This is bringing me with all the shit that just happened with Trump and trying to take over the government and a coup and all that type of stuff, and now the Supreme Court overturning abortion, Roe versus Wade. This is like it's like we're growing. It's like we're living in a
This
fascist
is a
country
little
now. It's
probably
so
dark to say, but I mean, with all the mass shootings we've had, I'm so surprised that we haven't had like assassinations on some of these political people that are
yeah,
up there.
you're absolutely
Because
right.
it's been years. I mean, when was the last major one we had? I
Oh,
mean,
when they shot.
well, when they shot Reagan, right?
Yeah, when
I
they-
mean,
when
that was
shit
an
went
attempt.
up,
It wasn't. It didn't happen. But
yeah.
well, we had that senator that was shot.
but we get these
what's her
people
name?
that are so fucking bold that they get guns, they walk into these and shoot innocent people. I mean, some of the energy.
Hey, I
Turn
know-
towards somebody's fault.
You said that.
I saw on the on the Instagram
For
stuff
the FBI
where this
listening.
guy, these people like these radicals, they're posting the actual addresses of the Supreme Court
justices,
justices. It's like fuck, like, you know. So not that long ago
They
they
have
arrested.
security detail.
Not that long ago they arrested somebody because they were trying to kill Dr. Fauci, right? That's one.
And somebody
And-
tried
but
to
like-
stalking Kavanaugh.
Yeah,
as well.
somebody was stalking Kavanaugh, and mind you, the Supreme Court justices that voted against the what is this, the
Abortion?
the abortion law are all appointed by Trump.
I was just going to bring that up. See, you
I
think Trump didn't make any type of difference when he was?
made an
Trump
impact.
has been the biggest made the biggest impression in this country as a president that I've ever seen in my lifetime.
And
I know
he's still
there's,
doing it.
of course, you know, in past presidents, Abe Lincoln and those, you know, presidents that have gone through wars and stuff like that, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. But Trump in my lifetime has been made the biggest impression on this country, and I'm not talking about good impression.
Yeah,
Okay,
kinda
and
negative.
bringing in, and here's the fucked up thing about that. 2 years before Obama's term was up,
Mm-hmm.
he had a chance to bring in a justice, but the Republicans were saying, what's his name, McConnell and all, were, no, we should let the next president choose the justice.
Mm-hmm.
You have 2 years left. Let the next president choose it. And freaking, as a Democrat would, okay, I love the Democrats or whatever. I'm a Democrat myself, but they are so weak sometimes. Obama was like, okay, we'll give that to you. So when Trump came in, he chose his justice, Kavanaugh and those guys. Okay, and then right before Trump, 8 days before his term was over, he brought in Amy
got one.
Comey Barrett. And what did McDonald, or keep saying McDonald, bitch McConnell saying in?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, we should let this president, it's his term, we should let him bring in that justice. When
Whoever he wants.
Obama had 2 years before his term was up,
Yeah.
half his term
Nope.
he had only served, and they didn't allow him to bring in that justice, which he could have done.
See-
it was his choice, but he acquiesced to these motherfuckers.
Another issue that I have with this stuff, and
I like that
and
word, acquiesce.
Yeah.
It's a big
Pretty
word,
good.
huh?
Pretty good.
spell it.
Pretty good. It's the first time you said a big word like that.
That one.
Acquiesce.
Yeah. Another issue that I have with that is a lot of these justices, and they're going based off of, you know, we should separate church and state. There should be no religion involved or any that has to do anything with religion in making laws. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people out there are not here for religion. They're here because they want to be a better America. You know, and this is not a better America. It's not a better America for females right now because it's all bad, man. So
I got to talk about religion.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. You just transitioned us into the right thing. That's one of our other topics here. With this whole abortion thing, you know, not one time in our Constitution is a female or she or any pronoun like that mentioned in the Constitution. Not one time in the Bible is abortion mentioned in the Bible, okay? But you have all these religious zealots out there who are saying abortion is sin. We shouldn't kill these babies. But yeah, these are the same people who are out there killing the doctors who are doing the abortions.
Yeah.
So if you're so about life and, you know, this and this and that and we, you know, sinning and all, why are you out there doing that type of shit? Why are you out there committing the ultimate sin, murder? Okay. And then, you know, you have a lot of these religious zealots. We kind of hit on, I'm kind of changing subjects here. You know, the Catholics
Yeah.
and you know, all these
Christians and all this stuff.
Christians and things like that, especially Catholics, out there molesting.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do they believe in having these children so they can make it so they can molest them after they're born?
I agree with that.
I mean, we can say that, right? We can
that's
say
the
something
biggest-
like that.
That's the biggest hypocrisy shit that's so like it's rocking a bunch of the religion because I was brought up Catholic, you know, and you know, obviously I'm not Orthodox, you know, I don't follow it or preach it or whatever, but you know, those were my traditions, you know, back in, you know, when I was being raised and stuff by my parents, and those are the traditions and you know, culture and whatever that was brought into, that was instilled in me. But now that I get older and I'm understanding, and it's like, fuck, why am I going? This is just me, so don't jump down my ass or whatever. But if I'm gonna go into a fucking confession place, I am not gonna go tell another human being. Supposedly that's the what is it? He's the middleman to God. That I'm gonna tell him my sins, and then I'm gonna be forgiven for my sins.
When right after that, you go get your,
Yeah.
you know, you go anal fuck a kid.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
like no, it's like yeah, exactly. You're
I
over
mean, that's
there.
pretty much how
You're
it
over
is.
there as a priest. Supposedly, you're supposed to be following the rules of the religion, but then again, you're the biggest motherfucking sinner in there.
Mhm.
Why am I gonna go in there to tell you? So for me, I personally go to a church, to a Catholic church, and just pray when when there's no one in there alone, just so I can clear my thoughts, because I'm not gonna go tell another human being my fucking sins. And I know it sounds horrible or whatever, but that's just the way this world has become.
I don't need to
Yeah.
go to church to pray. I pray every night before I go to bed. I pray over my
I
food.
don't go to church.
I have a pretty close relationship with God. I don't need to go to church and
don't
deal
go to
with all
church.
that ritual stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good to go to church sometime and be around, get fed the word, but I don't need to be, there's a thing called being spiritual and there's a thing called being religious. Okay.
Yep.
I'm a very spiritual person.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to church every week to get my God on. And not just with Catholics, but you have with Christians as well. A lot of hypocritical shit going on in the churches.
A lot.
I've had many situations where I've had men, try to
Touch
make
you?
moves on me and touch me and molest me when I was a child growing up in the church. You got a lot of people in the church who have sex in church. You got a lot of. Where was it? In Arkansas. I'm from Arkansas. Yeah. Why is that important?
Does it happen more often in that side of the?
No. This is something that happens. I'm sure
Everywhere?
a lot of people can tell you about situations in church that have occurred or possibly occurred that were not Christian, if you will. And this is one of the scariest moments of my life. I had a man hem me up in a room.
This was a priest?
supposedly he was a pianist in the choir.
Oh.
Okay. And everybody loved and respected this guy. And he tried to groom me and all this type of stuff and befriend me. And then one day I'm in this room. He calls me in the room and he hems me up. This is a grown-ass, big-ass man. I'm a little 12-year-old kid. Hems me up in the room and says, this is exactly what he says to me. Me and some of the fellas got something going on. Got a little bet going on. Let me see your dick. How big is your dick? That's what he says to me.
Fuck.
I'm like, oh shit, what is happening here? I'm sorry, give me it. And I start crying. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. And I'm a 12-year-old kid,
You're
okay?
12.
And I guess with the whining, it got louder and louder. He finally let me out of this room. But I remember thinking, and when I hear about situations today with women who've been raped by men who've overpowered them, I know how that feels because it almost happened to me. As a kid, I was almost overpowered by a man and raped. And or molested.
Most
and,
of the rape goes on with like Spanish Fly, right? Like in the Hollywood deals.
Yeah.
No. A lot of women are overpowered and raped. You know.
I thought we were talking about Bill Cosby.
Well, that's a form of rape, but yeah, that's one way.
That's another motherfucker.
But anyway, so again, you hit it on the V. Religion. That's a lot of hypocritical stuff going on.
There's just a lot of stories that we hear, and these are just stories. That imagine all the stories that have been that are untold about all these people that have experienced.
I'm sure there's
some
many.
kind. Yes, there's millions of cases out there, and that's the fucked up thing, because a lot of these motherfuckers use religion for the faith, for their own purpose of doing malicious shit to people, and they fucking mindfuck these people with faith. They go to church for faith because they think they're praying to a higher power, and this individual that's up there on the altar is the middleman to a higher power. But you're a still human motherfucking being.
You're a human being.
And with all due respect, just like anybody, there's always one motherfucker that fucks it up for everybody else. One, and that's the problem. And a bunch of these churches that exist, it's unfortunately now it's just a business.
Yeah.
It's a business because they're not taxed. They're not federally taxed. They're not state taxed. It's a business.
Anybody can say I'm an ordained minister. It's real easy to get. It's just as easy as getting
To open a church and get people to donate money.
It's harder to get your license, your driver's license, than to get a fucking pastor's license. Like, what the fuck? Unbelievable, man.
How do I know you're a pastor? God told me.
Yeah. And that's the problem. Like, you using that platform to start a business, and you have people that are giving 10% of their income, 10% of their fucking income for what? So you can buy a plane, so you can buy a fucking Rolls Royce But isn't money the root of all evil? Supposedly.
Just give the money. It is the
Did you-
hour of power.
Did you see that? Did you see that interview where that one female reporter went up to that fucking pastor and he got all upset. He was about to take off in his truck to go fly in his private jet from his $1 million
believe it.
mansion. I forgot the
believe it.
name of the guy, man.
I
It's
believe
like,
it.
Don't you talk like that, young lady. Oh, the Lord is getting upset. Is that gotcha question?
Did
Like,
you have a gold chain too?
yeah, he had all that shit. Like, what's it, Benny Hinn or whatever his name is? Another fucking all these dudes, man.
Dude, what about like Baker and Jimmy Swagger? I sinned against you, Lord.
Yeah.
The guy was going out there buying prostitution, buying prostitutes for $2.
All these motherfuckers.
know,
$2 horse?
Yeah.
$2 whores getting his dick so crying. I'm sinning right now, but it's so good. I mean, that guy. And then they forgave this fucker,
Yeah.
gave him his church back, and he gets caught doing it again. So no matter how perfect somebody is out there or how perfect they come across,
Yeah.
we're all human beings. Nobody's perfect, okay?
But if you
We
go to
all-
confession, they forgive your
Everybody
sins.
sins like Adam and Eve.
Yeah, you sin. You can sin. Your sins have been forgiven, and you can go out and fucking
Sin
sin again.
again.
Motherfucker, shut the fuck up, you hypocrite, you're a hypocrite.
I've just been
motherfucker.
forgiven for my sins.
It's
I
like
think
these
I'll do it
fucking
again.
all these fucking priests too. Like they get caught molesting kids, and they send them to another fucking
Transfer to another
church,
yeah.
so they can molest more fucking kids. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Start over and
Fuck
bless
you.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. I know it's going to change the subject a little bit, but that's what I'm supposed to do as a host, kind of keep the show moving. Is coronavirus still out there? Does it still exist?
It does.
Well,
I
everybody
mean-
acts like it doesn't. So
Yeah, I
guess
mean-
it doesn't.
Right. So
Exist.
does that mean? What does that mean? Does that mean we're? I mean,
I think we got.
they say 70% of the country's been vaccinated. So are we all false
We're
safe?
vaccinated, but we've had it. I've had it.
I've
You've
had it.
So it's like you
I
have
haven't.
had it. Rosie has it right now.
Yeah. She had it
Rosie-
last week when she was on the show. Yeah. I knew something was going on. with her.
Like, wait a minute.
Right. She smelled of Corona. Yeah. So I mean, everywhere I go, I might see out of 30 people, one person wearing their mask.
I still wear it
Yeah.
every once in a while.
That's me.
Yeah.
It's funny. I wear my mask when I need to shave. I feel like shaving that day. Let me just throw on my mask.
You wear your mask to
some-
cover up that little.
I got a little razor bump. I got one of those little LaShawn the Dunn razor bumps going on. Remember years ago he
He
had
has a-
something like that going on.
He has a nut
You
growing
had a
on
band-aid
his-
on it, right?
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Maybe I should do that. But yeah, I got a little razor bump here going on, guys. If you can see it on TV, our show is live on Facebook. If you see a little bump going on, what's going on with Delano's face? It's a little razor bump. Okay, I don't have an H. All right, I don't have whatever else causes bumps.
He got
tumors.
Kicked, he got kicked in the ball so hard that shit come up to the fucking chin right here.
No, my shit will be way bigger than this. But yeah, so
Schmegma
I appreciate you
balls.
bringing that up, Tech. That's a good thing to bring up. Good topic to
No
bring
problem.
up. So, all right, so
problem.
we got.
It was a long day.
When we're talking about Corona, how do we get from? I don't have Corona on my face.
At this point in time, we spent too much time together today.
Yep, a lot.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
a lot
man.
of shit together.
Spending like
We
more
went
than
shooting,
3 hours.
and
with
this
these
guy
guys.
can't shoot.
Okay, that's another one. Yeah, I can't shoot. I'm gonna put it out there. I bought a gun today. Okay.
And he can't.
I decided to buy a gun because where this country is going, we don't know. I've said it on the show before. I didn't believe in guns. Guns were always something that I felt people shouldn't have. But then again, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect your family, and just a lot of crazy shit is happening today. So the only thing to stop a man with a gun is Delano with a gun. So
And he ain't
got
gonna
my
hit you.
shit.
He ain't gonna hit you.
Unless
He's
you're
gonna
3 feet in
empty
front of
that
me.
clip and miss you.
Hey, at least I don't need what's that shit you put in your eyes? What is that you put in your eyes? today?
Visine?
A Visine?
No, you wear glasses.
Contacts.
I don't need contacts to get a good shot.
I do, and I got a good shot.
He's actually a good shot. Tech is better, but V is good too. So.
Sir, according to the
Can I get a compliment? I just complimented y'all.
according,
Can I get a compliment?
according to the card, I'm a little better. So actually, hey, you know what? I'm gonna give this to C. C is the one that actually taught me how to shoot. So I give him
Really?
that. Yeah, he did. He taught me how to shoot. I
Was he
appreciate
drinking
that,
Bud
C.
Light at the
He
time?
was. That's right. He was drunk, and then he's like, just hit the one in the middle. So there you go.
Yeah.
That's what we did.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Even
And,
with
then,
Bud Light,
and if he double shoot, like you can bound to hit something close.
Yeah, something's gonna yeah.
even with Bud Light, full of Bud Light, Texas is probably a better shot than me right now. But hey, I'm a newbie. I'm still learning. When you guys first started shooting, your first time.
I was actually pretty good.
I was actually
Yeah.
pretty good too.
Yeah, right. You said you had to learn how to shoot. You just said you had to learn how to shoot. from-
Here's the thing: when Delano has the gun, get the fuck out of the way.
That's right.
I usually stand on the side.
I don't know if your toes gonna get shot or if the target's gonna
if
get shot.
if I'm actually like coaching or training somebody who like to shoot, I usually stand on the side. I had to stand behind this guy to control the gun just in case.
Hey, the only thing to stop a bad man with a gun
Is
and
that
an old
enough?
lady and people walking down the street walking their dogs
Not that little.
and anybody in the vicinity is Delano. No, I'm gonna get better. Trust me, I'm gonna get better. So don't fuck with me.
I hope
when
so.
I do. All right, can we move on? Can we? You know,
Sure, let's
Are we
move
gonna
on.
just?
It's
Is this trash Delano time? You
It
guys
is.
take your little moments out of the show to trash me.
yes.
So let's go. Let's move on. All right, January 6th. Ooh. Speaking of that, legalization of prostitution. Okay.
Hey, we're headed down that road somewhere.
I don't know. They just abolished abortion. You think they're going to legalize prostitution? That's kind of like,
Wow.
contradicting one another.
Hey, condoms are gonna go.
What if
But
you
the
fuck-
way shit goes, you never know.
What if you fuck a prostitute and she has to have your baby? Hey, Dr. CW,
Hey,
you listening out
Dr.
there?
be like, I'll marry that bitch.
Yeah, he'll marry her.
Oh, he won't never call her a bitch though.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he's
I'll
nice.
marry that lovely
I'll
woman.
marry that lovely
That's her
species
past.
of a woman.
tramp.
She has been forgiven ever since.
As long as she gives it up,
Yeah.
then I can love her.
Damn, that's fucked up though. Like prostitutes, it's gonna be a lot of babies born to prostitutes because that's their business. They fuck. That's probably one of the mishaps of their business. They get pregnant.
You have a lot of motherfuckers right now getting rid of their side fucking females. So
Yeah.
Because they don't want to get pregnant.
Right.
Hey, condoms
Oh,
are gonna
shit.
be obsolete pretty soon. So
Get rid of
it's all bad.
contraception. Yeah.
Hey, fucking
People gotta be using saran wrap.
right? Yeah, with the receipt. Hey, Plan B is a lot of people that are going to
They're
CVS.
stocking up
or-
on Plan
People
Bs.
are fucking stocking up
Yeah.
on Plan B. They're limiting those pills to I think to 1 or 2 pills per person.
So they're going there every day, or
Shit.
Hey, mark my words when I say this. Just because they've abolished abortion, they're not gonna get rid of abortion. You know what I mean?
I agree with that.
There's women who risk their lives even before
They'll do
Roe
it
versus
themselves.
Wade to get rid of a baby themselves
They'll do it themselves.
because that's how bad they don't want to have this baby.
They'll do it
So
themselves.
just because the Supreme Court decided to get rid of abortion, you are not going to get rid of abortion. Okay, let me just say that right
Yeah.
there. Okay. So legalization of prostitution. All right, we'll talk about that. Should they legalize it?
I don't know, man. I don't think so. I
Why?
don't.
Why don't you think so?
Well, look. You know that
If they tax it, they get
there's
paid.
I forgot what country it was. I think it was Switzerland or one of those countries. Don't quote me on this, but there's a country out in Europe that
What is that
gives
country?
it gives
Starts
a gives a pass to the people that
They have drive-in where
Yeah.
you can go fuck
they,
prostitutes.
I think it's-
Drive-ins.
Amsterdam's obviously
Amsterdam, that's
has legalized prostitution,
Amsterdam.
but they give I think vouchers for six vouchers for the year, so you can go fuck a prostitute.
Wow.
That's what they. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
What do you do when on your seventh?
And
voucher?
that's
It's illegal?
then you got to pay for it.
Oh, so you get free vouchers to fuck
You get
prostitutes?
6 free vouchers.
where's this at?
I'm trying to think. It's Switzerland.
Amsterdam. That's what
I know
I'm
it's
talking
Amsterdam.
about.
Well, Amsterdam is one country, but I'm
They
I'm
pay
thinking
the prostitutes.
they give
The government?
The government gives people six vouchers, I believe.
But
it
how do
is.
the prostitutes get
Why
paid?
haven't we ever heard that before?
That's a good. I swear to you.
Well,
I saw
Amsterdam
it.
is legal, but I've never heard of vouchers. So how do the prostitutes that they're fucking and give the vouchers to? How do
Well,
they get paid?
They cash out on them. They cash out.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? And obviously after that you
Wow.
pay for it.
The
but it's-
government pays them in crypto.
yeah.
And you
I
got to
know.
make sure, and they make sure it's safe and it's monitored and all that stuff,
I don't know
right?
about safe, man. But
Well, yeah, I mean it has
well,
to be.
because look, the reason
government.
being because you have a lot of ugly fuckers that cannot get any nalgas or any pussy, and then they want it. So in order for them to release, their schmegma, they have to go and do the Dewey Denim and fuck up.
I think like some of these emo kids that are out there shooting up mass shootings, if they got laid, they'd probably ease up.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sex, busting the nut is the biggest savior of mankind. People
Yeah.
don't even know it. That's
The-
why here
the
in
world
America
would be a
they're
better place,
repressed.
man. It'd be like heaven on earth.
It would. It would. This country act like Puritans, but they're just the dirtiest, nastiest country. And you got people doing all kinds of nasty, dirty. Well, I'm not even gonna say nasty because if you're an adult and I've always say this. As long as you have consent and it's not a child or
An
a
animal.
fat person,
Or an
then
animal.
you
An animal.
should have an animal or someone over 250 pounds, less than 5'5". You do what you do. Do what
Hey.
you do. It's not disgusting. Okay.
PBWs to let people
Be a
into that
freak.
BBW, baby.
But now they're going to try to stop that. They're going to try to stop that. You know what they should do? If I was in the Supreme Court, I would come up with something saying people over a certain amount of weight should not be fucking. If you are over 250 pounds and your partner's over 250 pounds, you should not be fucking. But then you have a lot of fat people out there killing and shooting people because they're not getting laid. So, there's always consequences, right?
The recent one was a little skinny, a little full, no?
No piece of shit, motherfucker. But the cops are fucking
Skinny
pussies
little,
too.
you know? Yeah, that's a big
I'm
shit,
sorry. That is just. We're not gonna get into that shit.
Prostitution
Fuck that.
saves the world. I'm telling you. Give them vouchers.
I don't know if I said this on air last time, but that guy worked at like a Taco Bell or some shit like that. Del
Wendy's.
Taco.
Wendy's.
Which
Wendy's.
guy? Who are you talking about?
The school that
the
just
stupid fucking
Oh, the one
bitch ass.
and his coworkers used to call him school shooter.
Yeah.
Because he was awkward,
Yeah.
and
And look what he did.
ultimately he was the school
They put
shooter.
that shit in his head,
Unfucking
probably.
Yeah, probably.
What came first, the chicken or the egg?
Fucking idiot.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so January 6th. No, let's not get into that. Let's talk about, should death penalty be abolished? The death penalty. We're just kind of moving on to different
No.
subjects.
No,
No, I agree.
I
Okay.
don't think so.
All right, critical race theory. You guys know what that is?
Negative.
Should it be taught in schools?
Critical
it?
race theory.
You guys know what critical race theory
No.
is? Okay, that's
School us.
basically the
School us.
history, the ugly history of the United States and slavery and how they treated slaves. They've kept that out of the history books.
Well, they should.
They made America look like this great country that thrived on Christopher Columbus and rainbows and things like that.
Speaking
they don't
of
talk
rain-
about the ugly history of
they talk
who
about
made this country.
Christopher Columbus. Didn't he slaughter like natives?
They
and
don't
shit?
tell you that.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that.
That's what they. I know Christopher Columbus Day is still a holiday.
No, it's not.
Well, not a holiday, but still people still celebrate. Not celebrate it, but they don't go to work. It's a holiday. It's a national holiday.
No, it's called something else now.
The
Or I
schools
think-
stopped recognizing that.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
stopped
they stopped
recognizing,
recognizing
it.
that,
So the
so-
thing is,
and the country.
how is it that so
But
George-
Juneteenth is in now. That's kind of getting into it a
George
little bit.
Washington, Andrew Jackson, and all these first presidents were all slave owners.
Yeah.
So should they be glorified as presidents and all this stuff? I mean, I understand
Somebody
because
made a good point on
it
that.
happened a long time. It happened a long time ago. So should they be penalized for their greatness because
They're
they
dead, so they can't be penalized.
yeah.
Okay, but here's the deal. They were men of their time, so it's a little bit more forgivable. But you have these folks like not Thomas Jefferson, but Jefferson Davis, who fought in the Civil War, and these folks who fought to preserve the fucked up, thing about slavery. Those are the ones. Their statues should be taken down because they actually fought and all that stuff for the continuation of slavery. But George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, and all those guys Andrew Jackson was a real fucked up president. These gentlemen were just products of their time. Okay, I'm not saying it's forgivable, but not to the point where you should just go
kinda
around
like
taking
Followers,
all
they
their,
did what everybody else did.
yeah, exactly. Where you should just go around taking down their statues and that type of thing. So, somebody mentioned that, and that was their answer to that, and I loved it. It's actually pretty true.
Yeah.
So that's critical race theory. Should it be taught in schools? In my opinion, yes.
I agree because it should be. Why should America be a country of everything's
Butterflies
pretty
and
and
rainbows.
no, there's
Yeah.
a dark side to history.
Yep.
And they should be taught hey, this is what happened.
It also talks about Native Americans and things like that,
This-
and how
this
this
is what
country's
happened,
taken from.
you know?
Yeah, we need to know. In order to not repeat history, we need to know our history, right?
But look what the fuck is going on right now with abortion. We're going backwards.
That is something. Yeah,
That
that's
is unfucking believable.
yeah.
But
Whether
we
they
already talked
teach that
about
in school or
shit.
not, I mean, schools are fucked up. Period. Like the whole curriculum in school is just there's none of it that they teach is. It's all basic shit.
It's all
yeah.
like it.
And even when you go to high school, you learn nothing.
Yeah. Well, look, I
But
get
you
it.
do know some history.
See,
you know
I
the
get
presidents
that
and stuff
we
like
should
that.
talk about history. I understand. I love history
Critical
myself.
race theory.
History or social studies. I get all that, but they should teach these fucking kids that are growing up some kind of business. They have to teach them some kind of home ec. How to
Just
fucking cook.
life
Motherfuckers
skills.
don't know how to cook no more. Life skills.
skills.
Exactly.
We're getting off the subject. I got one more thing to say about critical race theory, then we'll get into that. I
Nobody
promise
gives
you.
a fuck about critical.
Critical race theory. If you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. Okay,
me.
the country needs to know about that bullshit because
agree.
it was all bullshit.
Yeah.
And if our kids don't know that, again, they're doomed to repeat that. You have a lot of white people out there who are afraid that they are being eradicated from this country, and you know, I forget what they call it. There's a term for it. I forget what they call it, but you got a lot of white people who don't believe in critical race theory being taught in schools because of the fact that they're just, you know, they're just afraid of the whole thing. I don't know, whatever their reasons are. It's dumb.
As
dumb.
dumbass or horrible people or something.
Yeah.
I don't know
What's that?
They don't be out, like
Ousted?
put out there, blast that they were
That they were horrible
Their
people.
ancestors,
their
yeah,
ancestors were
it-
fucking
it's-
horrible people.
The whole white guilt thing, I guess, you know, is real, and they don't want their children feeling guilty as well. That's what it is. They don't want but eventually their child is going to learn that you cannot
real.
treat a person differently because of the color of their skin, and they need to know the history of where all that shit came from. And I'm
definitely
glad you
agree.
guys agree with that.
You know, and based on this whole, you know, what is it?
Critical
tots or
race theory.
teacher or teaching. You know, I know we talked about critical race theory. They're also I'm gonna touch on this. The LGBTQ community is also getting bombarded in Florida. You know, what is it? Dos Santos, what's his name? DeSantis, whatever his name is, the governor there. He pretty much is telling the Florida teachers, all teachers in Florida, that they cannot talk about anything that has to do with gay or lesbian or anything like that.
What was the rule today he put out there?
I don't, you know, I had it. I don't have it with me here. I had it, but it talked about that all the people that are homosexual, they have to take down their partner's pictures off their wall. Anything that represents at schools, anything that represents LGBTQ, they have to bring it off, take it out their classrooms. And if a little kid talks about that they're gay or whatever, they have to tell their parents about what's going on.
Well, I don't think the teachers should be talking about sexuality anyways in school.
I agree.
Whether
what about
it be
sex education?
I mean, that doesn't happen to you're in at least junior high school,
Yeah,
right?
junior high school is
It's
different.
Oh, we're talking about grade school
when-
here?
I'm talking about like, look, as a parent, man, I if my kid is gay or she a lesbian or you know my son is gay, whatever he or she chooses to be. As a parent, I'm gonna support my child. I know there's parents out there that do not support their sexuality because they're ignorant. You know what I'm saying? How are you not gonna support your child? But that's every parent. Every parent's different. The ignorance of parents, that's the way it is.
What do you want your legacy to be? I'm sorry, B. What do you want your legacy to be with your children?
What do I want my legacy to
Speaking
be
to
with
the
my
mic,
kids? Sir?
I'm sorry. What do you want your legacy to be? I know I'm fucking up there. What do you want your legacy to be when you die with your kids?
I just want my kids. I want to try to instill whatever my dad taught me, or my parents taught me,
And what was that?
and that's respect. Respect. Be humble. Respect. Humble. And treat people like you want to be fucking treated. And that's a huge fucking thing.
That's the
man.
golden rule
That's
there,
the golden
brother.
rule. And do
That's
not.
the golden rule there,
And
brother.
I told my daughter. I straight out told my daughter, do not trust people, unless there's a handful of people that I trust in this world.
Right.
A handful. And I told her straight out, there's gonna be people in this world that you're gonna talk to. You're gonna tell them whatever you want to tell them. It's like giving them a bullet. Here's a bullet. Here's a bullet. Here's a bullet because I trust you. Because I trust you. Those same bullets are gonna be used against you later on in life when they fucking betray you. And I told her, be careful.
Or they're gonna keep that.
Or they're gonna keep it. I told her, be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you disclose your shit to, because those people are gonna smear your shit everywhere, and then it's gonna smell. So just be careful. And that's what I tell my kid. You know.
That's beautiful advice, V. I love it.
Gracias.
What about you, Tech?
Oops.
What do you want your legacy to be with your children, with your two boys, and your baby that you're not
to
one
know-
day you're not gonna be able to abort.
Fucking dumbass.
What do you want your legacy
to know what hard work is, you know, like to work hard to get somewhere. You know, you don't just get shit for free. And you know, like we talked about earlier, like these guys on the side of the road panhandling and shit, asking for money, and then they bend over and get on their iPhone. You know, I mean, that's their job is to ask for money. That's bullshit.
Motherfuckers make over 100,000 a year sometimes.
You
What
work
the fuck?
hard.
Yeah.
You find something that you like, you enjoy, and you work hard at it, and you get better at it, and you make, the money comes. Like, it's just, I mean, that's what they need to learn. They need to learn some sort of business skill. In this world, working for people just doesn't cut it, you know.
If you have a job that you don't like, go somewhere else.
I
somewhere
think
else.
that's the problem with America. People live
They get
these,
stuck.
these jobs, and they fucking hate their life. They get in depressions, and you know they're just upset with their life, and they just.
Well, there's a thing called the Great Resignation now. During that whole pandemic, people realized life is short. I need to get the fuck out of this situation I'm in. Okay, so what I would like to pass on to my child is, and what I want my legacy to be with her, and I hope she really pays attention to this, is I've dated so many women. I've been around so many people who have that attitude. I didn't have anyone to help me in life. I need someone, it's okay, having someone help you here and there in life, and that type of thing, but you got to get along. You have to, get by your own bootstraps in life, okay? You cannot have the attitude, oh, I didn't have this person, or this person did this to me. I didn't have this person to help me, so that's the excuse as to why I didn't achieve this or why I don't have this. I want to teach my daughter that you do not, even when it comes to me, you're not always going to have me.
You stand up on your own fucking 2 feet.
Absolutely. You do not.
I hate that.
Do not depend on someone in life to experience any type of success.
I hate that shit when people say because of you I didn't amount to whatever the
right.
fuck. Motherfucker, no. That person was just a negative influence in your life.
Right.
You fucking do you do you. Like,
it's your life.
It's your life. You do you. That person has no influence on whatever you're doing. Oh, I wasn't able to leave because blah blah blah. Man,
right.
You can leave, just choose not to, like, fuck you.
We all have a decision in life, okay?
Yeah.
If I decide to push an old lady down the stairs, that's my choice, okay? Now, are there going to be consequences? Yes. So I got to be smart and things like that and don't do shit like that. But we all have the ability to do whatever we want to do in life, okay? Now, are there things in life, obstacles that make it harder? Like the government saying we can't abort, for women, we can't abort our children, those type of things. Yeah, there's a government. But however, we can do whatever we want to do in life. And as long as you try your best, you're following the rules, and you are not depending on anyone out there to get you through in life, and you're depending on you, yourself, and I, or whatever.
Me.
Then
myself and I.
Then that's gonna make you a stronger character person.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you more apt to success, like Tech C said. It's gonna make you more
mentally strong too.
Mentally strong, a harder worker, that type of thing. It's gonna make you related to what you said, V. It's gonna make you more trusting of yourself than other people.
More better.
That type of thing.
more better.
Then you're
better.
good. So.
That help you could be the best.
Life is full of ups and downs, and
a lot.
And in when you get started, like in your own life, like you probably run into a lot more downs than ups.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just trek through them, man, and just eventually things get better.
There was I was listening to his other podcast, of course. There was a gentleman that mentioned, when you're up, when you yourself are up in a position of, I don't want to say power, but when you're up there in life, whether you're happy or you're making money, and you try to help a person that's a little bit below you, and you try to help them up, and they do not want to come up to your level, it is hard to bring somebody up to your level. But it's easy for them to bring you down to their level. It's easier for them to bring you down.
Go,
yeah, exactly. It's easier for you to come down to their level than for you to bring them up. And as soon as you drop to their level,
it's over.
It's over, because now you're going down there, and you were already down there. Now how are you gonna go backwards instead of going forward?
I was listening to a podcast today too.
Yeah.
and the one thing I heard is that if somebody, like, because my route, I spent 21 years in a job that I just wasn't happy in. I mean, 21 fucking years, that's a long ass time.
Yeah.
And I can't say that
almost half your life.
Yeah.
I can't say that I went to work one day and ever felt like, fuck yeah, I love this job, like, just which is something I had to do, and I felt like I had to do it.
It was a job.
But if somebody told me 21 years ago that spend 21 years at this job, and after 21 years you'll leave the job and you'll feel like you're successful because you'll have a successful business and you'll feel good about yourself, and you'll live a happier life.
Yeah.
Someone told me that back then, I'd be like, fuck you.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna wait 21 years.
Yeah.
Right.
And
But I
did.
fucking did it.
You did.
And I busted my ass for 21 years and hated it, and even put me in a lot of downsides mentally.
Yeah.
And here I am today, where, like, I feel good, man. I wake up, I'm my own boss.
Mm-hmm.
I get to work when I want to get to work. I do I mean, I probably work more than I did before, but
you
it's
enjoy
not
it.
work, dude.
It's not work.
I love it.
Exactly.
So-
when you love what you're doing, and it's not, it doesn't feel like work.
It doesn't at all. And like I drive, I love driving. Like it's just nice to get on the road and just
Yeah.
do your thing. Like tomorrow I'm going to Oxnard to do a drone job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting paid almost $600 for an hour drive,
Yeah.
30 minutes of work, and an hour drive back.
I
Yeah.
make money.
And I would have made more than I made in one day at my old job, double
Yeah.
what I made in my old job in 3 hours.
See, but that's
that
the
was
thing.
stressing you the fuck out.
That would stress me the fuck out.
Experience when you experience a job or just something that you are not, I don't say dread, but a job that you're like, okay, it's keeping me afloat because it's giving me what I need to make it in life.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a horrible way to
then,
live.
And then when you get an opportunity, because a lot of people they have an opportunity to do something and they do not fucking grasp it.
Yeah.
You
Well-
know, so when you have that opportunity, when you're
Well-
given that opportunity to move forward and leave behind, because like you said one time, I'd rather be stressing out for a year, but be happy after that,
Yeah.
than fucking be miserable for the rest of
Yeah.
the whatever the fuck time I have right there.
Yeah.
Next
And that
20-something
and it will
years.
kill you.
Yep. Absolutely. Yep.
You know, if you just find something you love, like everybody's gonna love flying drones, like I do. Like I have
You have
I have a passion for
That's
it,
your passion.
and not everybody's gonna do it. But it doesn't have to be drones. It could be, you know, I mean, you can do anything that you love.
Be porn. I mean, anything. Yeah, absolutely. That's
Hey,
what
you
we
know,
love. That's what matters.
I see the, you know, like the exotic dancers. I see them, dude. They're making money.
Well,
they're
they got
dancing.
their what is it? The OnlyFans.
Yeah, whatever it is.
It's their business.
They're not doing any. Look, they're
I
not touching these motherfuckers.
I
These
was
motherfuckers
watching
are paying.
a podcast or listening to a podcast, that Logan Paul guy, and he had this one dude on there, and him and his girlfriend had a OnlyFans, and they were fucking on it, or whatever. But they're
Yeah.
making $1 million,
Yeah.
dude.
Imagine.
Off of OnlyFans.
Absolutely.
So think about
it's a
that.
business. It's a
There's
business.
females.
So,
There's females out there that they put their OnlyFans out there and they have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and you're making
Why
millions
don't
of
these
dollars to
Christians
show your
ban that
ass.
shit?
Exactly.
you know,
Because they're probably paying into it.
Like
too.
Rosie says right here, take the opportunity by the balls.
Mhm.
Balls deep.
hey, let me ask you: if you saw a homeless man, okay, and a homeless woman, both in need, and you had to give your money to, if you decided to give your money to a homeless person that day, who would you give your money to? That homeless man or that homeless woman?
Depends on who needs it more.
Well, you
How
don't
would you
know.
know?
All you know is this: these are two homeless people in desperation, and they need money.
I tell them rock paper scissors. And when are you gonna get the money today?
So it's you're kind of undecided there.
Yeah,
You know what I'll do? In all reality, like if I was gonna give him, like, I know it's generous, but let's say $50, just just an example. You know, I'll split that shit. 25 for you, 25 for you.
No, you got to choose.
I will fuck you. No, it like I said, it just depends on who, I guess, who asked me first.
You know
and
who I would give my money to? The man. And I'm gonna tell you why. Okay?
That's sexist.
Because
Yes,
men, like Chris Rock said one time, if you're a woman and life gets tough, you have options. Okay? Sometimes you have people are more sympathetic when you're a woman. They're more giving to you if you're a woman. So if you get to the point where you're out there on the streets, something really, really went wrong. As a man, okay, nobody gives a fuck about you when shit gets tough. Nobody gives a fuck about you. You're a grown man. You got to pull yourself by your bootstrap. Be a man, boy.
Be a man,
Get
boy.
get off your feet and do whatever you have to do. Whatever situation put that person in that situation. Of course, we don't know. Okay, we don't know. But if I had to give my money to the man or the woman, and I had a debate about this with somebody the other day when we were giving. This person gave their money. Like I was trying to decide who to give my money to, and that person said, "Give it to the lady." And she's always sympathetic when it comes to women in those situations, of course, because she's a woman.
Yeah.
And maybe because I'm a man, I'm more sympathetic to the man. But women have more options. They have fans only. How many men get paid from fans only unless they got a
Imagine
sexy woman in that
homeless woman
situation?
putting their homeless ass on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Hey,
Should be fucking rich.
well, it depends on
I mean,
it depends on how
She
It
fine.
don't matter, dude. I've seen some.
Yeah.
bussy.
Rank. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's some
A
men
man-
out there who are going to pay to see
A
that.
man cannot fucking put a OnlyFans up that shit and fucking wiggle their
Nobody
ass
gives
like
a fuck.
females. Nobody gives a
I mean,
shit.
unless there's gay men out there, which there are, but you can do that in that type of
Hey,
situation.
that's an idea
yeah.
for you.
There you
Yeah.
go.
To
Yeah,
the
maybe.
only-
I learn
OnlyFans
something new on the show all the time. You know, so.
Hey, to everybody out there, man, like if you guys see fucking people holding up those signs about, that this person needs
Will
money
work for
for
food.
cancer or whatever the fuck. With all due respect, do not give them any money, man, because that's a fucking scam. That's a
Or
big
funerals.
ass fucking scam.
Yeah,
Or
you know,
funeral.
there's people
Fuck 'em.
that stand in the
Yeah.
street and they're
Yeah.
carrying like
Don't do
pictures
it.
and shit like that, and
Yeah.
they're asking for money.
Yeah.
Nope, don't do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it, man. And
That's
and
horrible. Like, why would people do that shit? I
because
mean,
it's fucking money,
no.
man. And they're asking for donations. Hey, they're standing out in that corner, and
then
they
they
go to
get
another,
together.
and then they go to another corner, and they do the same shit.
all
It's the
this-
same fucking picture
Yeah.
that they have here somewhere else. So
Yeah, because
just be careful.
or otherwise they can go on what do you call that website where you give money?
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Even though there's scammers on
Hey,
there.
some of
as
these
well, so.
motherfuckers, they have a GoFundMe
Dude,
account
people
on there.
are like, my dog's in my dog. Pay my dog's
I
medical
know.
bills. Go
I just spoke with my girlfriend. She took my car. Pay me.
Fund me.
Bullshit. Okay, mental health issues.
Rosie said that your OnlyFans is coming soon.
My OnlyFans.
She said, ladies and gentlemen, Delenos OnlyFans
For the
page is coming soon.
LGBTQ community.
LGBTQ community.
Hey, you know what? Though, if I need the money, I don't give a fuck. Okay.
You do it.
I do it. I don't have to touch them. Mental health issues. Okay,
Yeah,
we need to
let's
talk
talk
about
about what
that.
you
Tech
have.
C. Well, hey, I never had. If anybody on this show has suffered from mental health issues or those type of things,
we can't
it would
help you.
probably be Tech C. You had some situations where you
I had
had to get
anxiety.
some anxiety. You
Yeah,
had to get some therapy and stuff like
I was
that.
in the same boat as you because I understand how they feel because it feels shitty, man. When you're going through that anxiety, you feel like your whole fucking world is crumbling, but but
That's a
nothing's
mental health
but
issue.
nothing's happening.
Yeah,
But you feel in
anxiety's
your world, it's
shitty,
like
man.
fuck, like your world is crumbling, and you start putting ideas in your head.
Sure, it's a mental health issue.
Yes, it
I,
is.
I remember my anxiety was so bad that, and it had to do with my previous job, and I had gotten injured and I was out for a couple of years, and it was kind of steady, but I went back, and they put me on this light duty position, and I went back, and my first day back, just driving there was fucking
You feel it.
horrible anxiety. Just driving there, just the minute you fucking turn your car on to go out there, all the way there just was bugging me, man. I almost turned around like a dozen times. I got to the parking lot, I parked, and it hit me bad, dude. And I was like, fuck. And at that point, when I had already gotten past I had already had a few times where I felt like I was having a heart attack, and so it wasn't that bad, but it was the point where like it was so bad, and all I wanted to do was just close my eyes and sleep because it would just like it would drain me like so bad. And so like I reclined my seat in the parking lot, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go in a minute, and I just sat there. My first day back, I was an hour and a half late. When I walked in, they of course they're pissed because they're fucking assholes. They're always pissed. So they were pissed, and I was like, at that point I was just like, you know what, fuck it, send me home then. Do whatever you want to fucking do. I'm
And that
late.
felt
yeah,
great,
and
didn't it?
fuck great.
a
But
huge monkey off your
but
chest.
it was crazy, man. That
Off
was
your
just
back.
like just driving. to
That
work,
was the
just-
beginning of
yeah.
the end of that place.
Beginning and end, yeah. Fuck them.
And you know what? The common component here with the bullshit that you've dealt with in life, the stress, the mental health, and all that stuff, is the job. Is
Yeah.
your job.
Yeah.
When you work a job, please, young men, young women, young audience out there, anybody listening, if you work a job that you hate, you have to go to each and every day, like what Texie said, that you cannot stand going to, it is depressing, it's full of anxiety and all that, you are imprisoning yourself.
Yep.
You are putting yourself in a situation that you don't have to be in. This is a free country. Yeah, if you get sentenced to prison, there's nothing you can do. You got to deal with that shit. But if you don't have to deal with something in life, relationship, job, whatever,
Yeah.
just
You got to move yourself out of it.
come up with a strategy. You don't have. I know it's not gonna. You
Have a
you
plan.
can't just say I'm out of here.
Have a
come up
fucking
with
plan.
a fucking plan where you're gonna make sure you do something smart.
Better
because
yourself.
If you leave a job, you want to make sure. Like I just fucking left my job. Okay, because like you said,
That takes
I just had
balls
to deal
though,
with that
because
stress, man.
with just leaving without anything as a backup, like fuck that. Got to be stressing his own.
But you know what though? Life taught me, gave me that courage to do that. Because I've been in situations like I moved here from Arkansas.
That's
a lot of my
brave, man.
friends are like, damn, you know, and I had a lot of friends in
If I
Arkansas. A
lived
lot of
across this
huge
country,
establishment.
I would probably never come to California. I would
And-
love to, but I probably wouldn't have done it. It's hard.
Yeah.
A lot of my
Scary,
friends
dude.
say the same thing. That's why I've gotten a lot of props from that, from my fellow Arkansans. But yeah,
You do
I
got
didn't
big
have,
balls.
I didn't have. Thank you, I do.
Hey,
I didn't have anything to.
but you
to-
did
but
it.
I got big
you're,
balls.
You're a
Yeah.
winner.
I'm a winner.
And
I
V's
didn't
got
have
the
anything-
biggest balls of them all.
I didn't have a I didn't have, like, I wasn't leaving family. I have my family out there, but it's not like I was super tight with my family. So I didn't have anything where I'm just like, oh, I can't leave this situation.
Because that was keeping you there.
Or something just keeping me there. And same thing in a relationship, job, or whatever. Your job is your livelihood, okay? That's how you make your living. That's how a roof over your head and all that type of stuff. But I came up with a strategy. I had some money in the bank, okay? I had a little money saved up, and yeah, I pulled out of my 401k and all that type of stuff. But it was worth it because what I'm doing now, like Texie said, I'm happier now. I remember when I worked that job, I said, I wish I could work a job where I can travel around and just talk to people and get paid to do it. Now that's what I'm doing. I'm like a motivational
That's
speaker.
his passion. He loves
for what I'm
to,
doing.
to talk to people.
I love to talk to people.
Sales was where it was at.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love my product. I have a great sales job. I'm happy where I'm at. I have great bosses, great company that respects me and appreciates me. The place we were at, you know,
no
they don't do that. And V, I hope you're
No
listening,
respect.
man. I hope you're
No
listening.
respect.
Hey, well, we'll
hey, I
talk
did a day
about it after
off.
the show.
Yeah, no.
Put it in the 10 people that have seniority before you. If they didn't pick that particular day, Christmas, you're not going to get that day off, which most of them
It
do.
didn't even have to be a holiday. They just were like, yeah, no, pick
Yeah.
another day.
Yeah. Oh, you're 5 minutes late here. Let me mark you a grown ass man 5 minutes late. I'm gonna dock your pay. Shit like that, you know. I'm like, this is some fascist bullshit. I blame Trump. No, when I was there, Trump wasn't even in office. He actually
Blame
was.
You gotta
just
blame
started.
ourselves, man. Blame ourselves for what the fuck we make decisions in this world that are gonna affect us, obviously. But but the same way it affects us, we can change that fucking rule as well. We can make another decision
Like that.
so we can fucking do better.
Thank you.
And sometimes even if it's worse than where you were at, but at least you have that peace of mind that it's like it's not gonna fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Like,
Exactly.
in my experience, like, so I started there at the department in 2000, and 2007 or so, I had a business, and we did T-shirts and embroidery and stuff like that, and I was to the point where I had to decide to quit the job and run the business, or close the business and keep my steady job that had benefits, and you gotta go to school and get a good job and have benefits and retirement, and that's what they tell you. Everybody tell you grow up with that.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. That's the best thing to do.
Entrapments.
And I did it. And the first time around, like
You did it. You're a winner.
the first time around, I chickened out. I was like, nope. I closed the business and just stay with the department
Your T-shirt business.
because it was safe. It was, it was reliable. Like the money was there. It wasn't, I had a house and cars and things I couldn't afford to leave that and depend on a maybe.
Yeah.
And I was.
So you were it was security.
you were
it was
smart.
a security. It was a security blanket for you at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which it is for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
But
the
you were
job-
smart. I'm sorry to interrupt. You were smart. You said I need to come up with a strat because I have a family. It's not just me. I need to come up with a strategy on how I'm gonna get the fuck out of this place.
Well, it
'cause it's
took me a
killing
long fucking time.
It took you a long time. It took you a few years, but you knew at the end if it's done right and if you just follow Delano's simple, easy plan, I will get out of here. And he took it and perfected it. I kind of helped him with the process.
Hey, I
but
left
he took
that
it and
place
perfected it.
with benefits.
Yep, benefits,
Pay.
getting paid, pretty much the same, and God is good. So
God's
we
good
got to
all
kind of
the
move
time.
on here, gentlemen. Let's talk about R. Kelly today. Was sentenced to 30 years in just
Fuck 'em. Fuck R. Kelly.
one case. That's just in Chicago.
Fuck R. Kelly.
For all the shit he did with
Just
young
in Chicago,
women.
so he has other places.
He has Atlanta. He has, I think, some other state coming up because he did his shit all over the road.
Yeah,
He did some
Well, so-
grimy shit.
When 30 years, when he gets out of Chicago, then he can go down to Atlanta and serve another fucking 30
That's
years.
pretty much how it is with
Fucking
Weinstein
idiot.
in
Fuck
New
'em.
York
What,
and
well,
Los
Weinstein,
Angeles.
the girl that just got 20 years, right?
Ghislaine,
She just
Ghislaine,
got 20 years for setting all that shit
for
up.
setting all
Hey,
that shit up.
Bill Cosby's. They're saying that Bill Cosby's might get indicted somewhere else because of some other shit that came up.
Well,
So
no,
he's-
he already got sued.
yeah, no, but
500,000.
yeah, but what I'm saying is, there's another state. I forgot what state
They're
it
gonna
was.
get him?
They're gonna get him again
They're
because
coming after him, man.
they're coming after him.
That's-
Hey, you know what? All
it's
these
called the O.J.
motherfuckers,
Simpson theory.
all these motherfuckers that are out there fucking around with
Bite him in
kids.
the ass. Yep.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you, you dirty piece of shit.
Well, Bill
That's what I
Cosby
say.
didn't do anything.
No,
with
it
kids.
doesn't matter.
Still
Well,
women,
even with
yeah.
with
Dirty.
females, but that fucking old piece of shit was drugging them and just raping them. Fucking
Yeah,
piece of
who's the
shit.
worst? Weinstein. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my ranking out of Weinstein, Cosby, R. Kelly, Well, I guess those are the top three. Am I missing any?
Weinstein was the worst.
And then Epstein.
Or
Epstein.
Epstein, yeah.
Okay, so
Epstein was the worst.
Epstein was okay.
It was a
Epstein.
business for him.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
He
R.
did.
Kelly did shit with underage girls. I'm talking about 12-year-olds.
So did
Epstein was
Epstein did too. Epstein did too, but
Epstein was
Epstein
running a
wasn't.
business.
And here's the thing. Epstein wasn't as nasty with it. R. Kelly was smearing shit in these girls' faces.
No.
He was pimping them. He was beating them and all kinds of stuff.
We
Epstein
don't know
didn't
what
do
all
any of
these
that.
people
He
that
was
he
horrible.
brought in that were fucking these young
He
girls.
wasn't
doing what
putting
they were
shit
doing.
in their face and
But no,
beating
hold
them
on.
and
We don't know
pimping them
that.
out and all
Look,
kinds of stuff.
Epstein.
Of course we
hold
know.
on.
They had a whole case
Hold
on
on.
it.
Epstein,
We know everything.
Epstein was running a fucking
everything.
Epstein was running a sex trafficking fucking gig with kids, and with all
No.
these. Yes, he was.
Epstein,
all
no,
these-
he wasn't running a sex
all these
trafficking. It
illegal
was just him.
No.
No, it
They
wasn't.
didn't catch it. Then why come how come no one else got arrested
'Cause,
during that case?
All these. Did you
They
not?
were
Because he got
connected.
killed.
Political fucking
They
people.
killed that motherfucker. Was killed in prison.
Okay,
because,
so that's
listen,
your theory, your
no,
conspiracy.
That motherfucker.
You- so you're saying he got-
Listen, that motherfucker was killed in prison because
Shut
by a
up.
higher up.
That's your
Shut 'em up.
conspiracy theory.
Shut him up.
That's a conspiracy.
But it
theory.
happened.
Show me the proof of that. You're saying something. Oh, there's the word out there is that he was killed. No, what's
was.
on record is that he hung himself. So until you show me there was
With help.
proof that somebody killed him,
With help.
that's a conspiracy theory. Sir.
help.
Epstein, what he did was fucked up, but what R. Kelly did was worse because
Fuck
R. Kelly
Epstein.
was pissing on kids.
Fuck
Come
R.
on,
Kelly. Fuck
pissing
R.
on
Kelly.
kids and shit. Come
Fuck
on, bro.
R. Kelly, bro.
Come on, bro.
Fuck that.
Okay, so
I'm just
all right,
agreeing
bro.
with you. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. R. Kelly's number one.
I said fuck R.
Epstein
Kelly.
number two.
Fuck Epstein. Fuck Bill Cosby.
And the levels of hell.
Bill Cosby was on interviews talking about we just go down and buy a Spanish fly and give them to the girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, but in the rankings of the fucked upness, R. Kelly,
R. Kelly and
Epstein,
R. Kelly and
Bill
Epstein are
Cosby,
fucking
and
tied
then
up.
Weinstein.
Bill
Because
Cosby
all
and
Weinstein did was just jack off on a plan. He didn't really. He didn't.
Weinstein was just some
he was
fat
just using his
fucking hobo
power
that-
to.
Fat
Oh, yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
He looked like chewed bubblegum. Fucking
Yeah.
fat ass motherfucker.
fucking
the fuck out of here.
Oh, you know what's his name? Playboy guy. What's his name? Hugh Hefner.
Hugh Hefner's another.
I'm telling you, you haven't seen it yet.
I
It's on
watched a
A&E.
different one. Yeah.
Yeah, you watched that. That dude was a beast. He was a piece of work too. He was doing shit. But these were grown ass women who had the freedom to leave any time. So you
wanted
got
the
these
fame.
women on there. He did this to me. He violated me. Bitch, you could have left. You're a grown ass woman.
They didn't want to leave because
left.
they
But
didn't want to leave because of the
Power.
money, and
They
they didn't
used
want
the
to
power.
leave because there were beautiful women at the time. So
But
they
it's
liked that power.
Because
Okay,
you know why?
but
You know what?
you're
You know what?
grown, you
The
can
dream was
leave.
with Playboy is that you would go hang out with Playboy, get fucking
Wasted and fucking.
well,
hammered
just
and all
get
that shit.
mistreated or whatever, or fucked or whatever, and then become a star. That was
Yeah.
their whole thing.
Okay, so
Imagine if social media
to
was
become a
around
star,
back then,
I'm willing
but-
to let this old man,
Come on, a
Give
lot of
me
women
H-
were willing to
give
do
me-
it.
Oh, yeah.
and they did. And I'm
beautiful
saying,
and beautiful women too.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They could have left. They could have gotten out of that situation. But Hugh
know-
Hefner used his power and his influence to, take advantage of them.
The thing that pisses me
I
off.
don't even want
is
to say take
that
advantage.
motherfucker-
he just-
Look, Hugh Hefner. Hugh
He
Hefner
didn't rape anybody,
look,
by the
Hugh
way.
Hugh Hefner put out a
He didn't
business.
have to.
He put out a business. Hugh Hefner put himself
Why?
out saying that he wanted. Hey, I have a harem of females. This is who the fuck I want. This is who the fuck I am. If you choose to come in, that's fine. And women
He didn't have
decided
to
to.
because
And women
Exactly.
decided to
Come
go.
with me, I'll
Exactly.
Come with
Exactly.
me, fuck me,
And that's a
and I'll make
choice.
you a star.
That's
and
what I'm
a-
saying.
and-
That's my
exactly.
point.
And that's a
There's nothing-
choice.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's
I
wrong
didn't
with
say
that?
anything was wrong. Well, okay, what's wrong with it is the fact that this is what's wrong with it. The fact that he still used his power to take to put these women in this situation where they had to make a choice and that type of thing.
But they
now,
had the choice,
It's not. They had a choice, but he put them in a situation where it's called quid pro quo.
They
Hey,
had a
if you
chance
do
to
if
leave.
you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Type situation.
But they already knew what they were getting themselves into.
I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
agree.
They already knew what they were getting themselves
They
into.
were grown women.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I don't condone them getting raped. I understand that. I don't.
They never
condone
got
it.
raped.
Well, if allegedly.
He never raped any of those women.
Allegedly.
He was like, if you want to be a Playboy model, I offer this to you. But of course, this
you
is
gotta
what
suck
you
some
need to
dick.
do for
Yeah,
me.
you have to do exactly.
Your wish is my command.
suck
And they,
However, you
some
understand
80-year-old
what needs to happen.
So and,
Yeah.
and they put themselves in the situation where like they knew what the fuck that was all about. They knew what the business was all about, and they still went.
That's like if a genie came up to you and said, I grant you 3 wishes,
Hey, who-
but you got to suck my dick before I give you this wish. Would you do it?
was like,
I want a brand new car. I want a house forever. No.
and $1 million.
$1 million? I'm not sucking dick for $1 million. If you're a genie, you can give me whatever I want. I want $1.5 million. $1,001. Come on. What do you think I am here?
Who the fuck's running the Playboy Mansion now? Or Playboy Mansion
I
sold.
think the
right?
Yeah, it's.
I think the
daughter?
one of the no
Something like
the brother, one of the brothers is running the shit.
His brother?
His brother.
Really?
Yeah, and then the kids are.
I know
also
his daughter was like
his
like,
his
made the CEO for a
yeah.
minute.
There's I think he had like three kids. Out
But
of
his
all the
first
fucking
daughter
kids.
was a CEO for
Yeah.
a while. Yeah.
The daughter
But you
was
know
the CEO.
what Hugh Hefner did is nothing different than a lot of men of power and influence did back then to get what they wanted. I
Imagine-
will give this to you. I will offer this to you.
Yeah.
But you understand.
But it
this
was
is
a-
understanding
That's
what I
just a
need
different
here.
way
It was a
of
different
prostitution, right?
Yeah.
It's called the Me Too movement.
But that was a
you
different era. Imagine if a Playboy, if fucking Hugh Hefner had social media back then. Holy shit!
Yeah.
How powerful? How much more
Oh, he-
money he would have?
Yeah.
Not just that, but like, would some
No,
of his videos from the Playboy Mansion make it out?
Probably.
Actually, I disagree with you, V. I think if social media existed back then, there would probably be no Playboy because women would be doing their own thing on fans only
Let me ask
and
you a
all
question.
kinds of stuff. They'll be running
Did
their
you
own
ever
business.
go to the mansion?
No.
Ever go
I
to the
never
mansion?
went to the mansion. Did you?
No. But I almost did. I almost did.
Really?
I almost did.
I would have loved to hear that. Stuff,
I
a
was-
lot of shit happened.
I was
there.
playing in the band, and it was an all-girl band except for me. And one of the girls was a model, and she had something to do with the Playboy Mansion. And we got invited. We were going to go, but then it fell apart. It didn't happen.
Well,
Disappointment.
why'd you bring that up?
I just wanted to.
I almost, fucked Halle Berry. I was in like 10 feet in front of her. Could have fucked her, but it didn't happen. So, but I just want you to know that
She smelled them.
fucked her.
She smelled them.
Just
She
saying.
walked away.
Ghislaine. Okay, so believe it or not, men have men's health body issues. Believe it or not, men have issues with their bodies. Believe it or not.
I know
okay?
your body.
Just throwing that out there. Women, they didn't know that.
Especially
I
when
know
you
you are
got
not.
tits.
Everybody
We're
has
not talking
issues.
about titties
I think
and
we all have
stuff and
flaws.
lumps.
I think we all have flaws that we.
My body's tighter than yours, sir. What are you talking about?
Tight. That's tight.
Bro, I'm like,
Bro.
I am like my perfect height and perfect weight for my height. Trust me. What are you like, 5'5", 280?
5'5".
Like, something like that, somewhere in that weight. You know, I'm. Bro, why you touching on me?
You're old.
Okay, but
got
I
an
still
old
look
man's
good for my
body.
age. I do not have an old man's body. You got a. So we want to talk about body issues. We promised we would talk about that. Okay, we're not gonna talk about.
That's why we bring this up because we have body issues.
that. I don't. I feel good about my body. You know what? You know what? Like when I was in my 20s, of course, my body isn't what it was when I was in my 20s, of course.
I know your body.
But it's damn near. You know my body thing. Thank you, B.
You
know
guys
when I was in
each
my
other's
20s.
body,
I know
that's
each
all
other.
good.
We know each other's bodies.
Hey guys, should healthcare
Not a
be
good body.
universal? Speaking of fat and obese, should healthcare be
Yeah.
universal?
Why is it like kind of universal in other countries and it's not here?
Exactly.
Why is it
fucking
very
business here, dude.
expensive to fucking get something here, but it's not expensive?
Pharmaceuticals.
It's like fuck. It's like one of my buddies took his
Pharmaceuticals
one
not
of my
make
buddies
the
took
business.
one of my buddies took his son to the hospital, the ER, because his stomach was hurting. He kept on throwing up, and he's like, "Bro, I got the fucking bill, $160 for a fucking Gatorade."
Fuck.
So they give him Pedialyte.
Yeah, because they give him a Gatorade. He's like, "Yeah, just give him Gatorade. There's nothing we can do." Fucking well, obviously the insurance paid, but they would give him a breakdown of whatever they $160
You know,
for
this
Gatorade.
comedian
Is
said,
it
what the fuck?
Australia has it? Canada has it.
Yeah.
They have the people
Universal.
are paying some low amounts to go to the hospital or whatever.
And in Mexico is like if obviously you show them the money and then they'll attend to
And
you.
you'll live.
But it's that and then you live. But it's like it's cheap. Like family members that live down there you just pay like what like $20-$30 and they'll fucking do an X-ray. They'll pretty much do anything, everything for you.
do I trust Mexico's hospital?
If you have nowhere else to live, if you live there, like you're gonna have to trust
Yeah,
the
nowhere
healthcare
else to go.
system. Like, what are you gonna do?
And then if they're charging $75,000 for a dental exam out of here too. This one comedian said he went to the
25,000.
doctor. He said he went to the doctor, in ambulance and all that stuff, and he got his bill of $75,000. He said next time I go to the doctor, he'd be like, doctor, just let's look at my account here. What can you do for $160? Exactly. Once we 160, let a brother know, and then I'll walk up out of here. Okay.
One X-ray.
just one. Okay.
One rib.
Okay. Here's a deep question.
Balls deep.
All right. Actually, I'll ask that question next. But right now, who would be your worst role model ever? If you were to look up to someone, who would be the worst?
Fuck, the worst role model. Damn,
Role model.
I don't have a fucking worst role model.
Okay. who was your role model in life? Actually, ask me that question, V.
Who was your role model in life?
You know, it's a good question, V. And
Do tell.
after thinking about it, you know, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, you know what, guys? At least I fuck.
He doesn't
At
know the
least
lyrics.
if I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what you guys take from me, you will never fucking take away my dignity, because the greatest love of all is happening to me. Woo!
It's a good role model. Whitney Houston.
I know, right? She'd be the worst role model ever, right? All right, folks. If you could do one, here's one last question. If you could do, damn, is that your stomach? Somebody's hungry.
We have a dog up here in the fucking 175th floor.
I know, he's burning up out there. If you, right? How did that dog? Whose dog is that? What the fuck? That was a dog. Okay. If you could do one thing to change the world within your power, I'll ask Texitas first. If you could do one thing to change the world within your power, to change the world, what would it be?
What would it be?
Within your power. Okay. So you can't say, like Vato V said earlier, get rid of hate. Like,
What
you have a
One
superpower
thing
to get
within
rid of
my
hate?
power to change the world.
Yeah. What would be the
You know
one
what?
thing you
You
could
know
do? Would you give money to homeless people?
You know what I've done?
Speaking to the mic, sir. Suck the mic.
So just around the corner, every other weekend or so, there's a little Mexican lady and her little boy. He's got to be like 4 or 5 years old, man. And they stand in the corner in the hot heat and they sell flowers all day long.
Okay.
And so what I've done is I've gone over there and I've bought all the flowers from her. Tell her, go home and be with the child or be with the family. And then I just drive around to my friends and family and just deliver flowers all day long.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
So
Yeah.
But we're talking about change the world. here.
that's
That's-
one step at a time, buddy.
Yeah, that's what I was telling
I
you.
mean,
Good
like,
answer.
What is
Touche.
the difference?
Touche.
You know, to be honest, if I had, I mean, and this is something I'd like to do, you know, as
do your part.
as my, you know, as I
Your
do
due
better
your
in my
due
business
diligence.
and the funds become more available, like I would love to help people out that need it. Like, it's
Yeah.
just, you know, why not?
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just something I like to do. It's just not easy.
No, that's good.
I've had that
But-
It's
situation.
good. You should be proud of yourself.
I
That's
had
good.
I had a situation like that where I went to the store, supermarket, and there was a lady that was in front. You know, she was in front of me, and she was missing. She didn't have like $1 or something like that, so she had to put a specific item back. I think it was milk that she had to put back. So I told the lady like, "Hey, it's just, you know, let her have it. I'll pay for it." And the lady just looked at me like, "No, you don't have to do that." I said, "No, you're absolutely right. I don't have to do it, but I want to do it for you. Like,
Yeah.
why are
Okay.
you? If that's a necessity that you need."
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, I told her, "Let me pay for your groceries." It was like $60. I said, "Let me pay for your groceries." So I paid for her groceries, and that to me was like a, you know, it's not that I wanted to pay. It's like, hey, you know, like I'm helping out another human being that's down on her luck. If she cannot afford a gallon of fucking milk, you know, and that's her last $60
Bad
of
times.
wherever, it's just bad times. Like, I'm gonna pick you up because maybe one of these days somebody else is gonna pick me
Yeah.
up. I don't know. We don't know that shit,
Yeah.
you know. So I helped her out, man.
You know, one thing I can say about V, I've said it on the show many times before. You are probably the most giving friend I've ever had. You've
Thank you.
gone out of your way in situations to help me.
Yeah.
Not to say that I'm a needy person, need his help, but you know,
He
I've
is.
had some
He is.
situations where
he is.
V's
He
driven
needs-
across town to
Yeah.
He
help
needs
me
help on
in situations.
things like how to be a man. And, you know.
You know, help me with that not so fresh feeling, talking all this. You know, you've been there for me. You are one. So I believe your story 100%.
Yeah.
Now, tech story. No, I'm just kidding. But this is what I do to do within my power.
You know who makes me be a better person? Who? Is that woman in the house over there.
Oh wow, she's
'Cause
listening
otherwise,
to the show.
otherwise I would.
Woman.
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be so nice.
Wow, that's the. Oh
She's-
my God, that's
you know,
so sweet.
she's your balance, bro.
You know, we've also done things like, because I do the show with her, so I know we've also driven around like around Christmas time, and we'll make these little care packages, blankets and deodorant and like just snacks and just a bunch of little shit and put in a little bag, and then drive around and we'll find homeless people and be like, here you go.
Right.
Just hand out packages.
That's
good.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah. I
That
like
woman
that.
that's in
It's
the
a good
house,
idea.
though, we aren't any. What house? We're not anywhere near a house right now. No, I'm
But-
just
and
kidding. No, he's talking
his
about
house.
the beautiful
That's
Mrs. Texie.
Downtown LA, I can see the house from here though.
Yeah, that's over there. Over there.
The beautiful Mrs. Texie.
You know-
we hope you're listening, and let me.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Let me,
She's not listening. She's
It's your turn.
with
Go
the
ahead.
kids.
all right. This is what I would do within my power to change the
Uh-oh.
world. Okay.
Farts.
I told you.
Fuck.
I told you guys in the
Fart
beginning
and
that I
fuck.
pray. Hey, did I let you guys speak?
Okay.
Did I say? I told you guys in the beginning that I pray. Okay, I'm a godly man, believe it or not. So I say this prayer to God every time. Lord, thank you for giving me the blessings you've given me in life. I thank you for this blessing. I thank you for this. You always count your blessings. Okay,
Yep.
and I thank the Lord for these blessings. And I say on top of that. With these blessings you gave me, I ask that you would continue to give me the ability to bestow these blessings upon others,
Yeah.
and have the ability to recognize who needs my help at that time, because there's a lot of shysters and a lot of fake people out there.
Agreed.
So if God puts it in my heart to give someone some money or help this person in this situation, it's in my heart, I'm gonna help them, because I know that's God speaking to me. So that's my way
I agree.
of doing what I can do within my power or God's power
Yeah.
to change the world.
Like like people know, like for me, like when it comes to loyalty and stuff, there's just a handful of people that I would do shit for.
Right.
A handful of people. Why? Because
you're one of them.
Yeah, you're one of them. You know,
Thank you.
you already know all you motherfuckers here. You already know that. But see,
Yeah.
the thing is that
And same to you.
there's
Pete.
a handful of
Same to you.
people that I do some shit for.
We were gonna drive to frickin' remember when this car broke down?
Oh,
We were
Banning. I was
gonna-
in Banning.
Banning,
man.
yeah.
Fucking shit.
Tech was gonna drive out
I
there
appreciate
because I
that.
guilted him into it. He was okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But when it for me, like when it comes to like
I would have flew to pick you up.
that would have been cool.
There's a Banning airport right there. Leave your fucking car there. I'll pick you
yeah,
up.
because this fucker has a plane now. This rich motherfucker. That's crazy, man.
No, the thing is that when it comes to like being loyal to people, it's like there's just a handful of people that I'll do that shit for. I don't do that shit for a lot of people because I don't trust a lot of people. You know, and the reason why I
You
don't
gave us
trust
the bullets.
yeah, exactly. The reason why I don't trust a lot of people is because I've been fucked over many times.
Right.
And if God gave me the ability or the financial status to bless somebody else, you know what I'm saying? And because I have it, because I'm able to bless them, why not, man? Here you go. Hey, have a good day. You know,
I believe it. I
and especially when it comes to little kids, man. Like if there's a little kid at the store he wants a fucking toy, whatever, hook him up. You know, like why not? You know, why not? Why the fuck not? Because I can. Because I was blessed to have that blessing. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
why not? You know.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what? On that note, with what V just said, V's going to be off the show for a while. He has some personal things he has to take care of.
I do.
And we just wish you luck with that, V. And
Gracias.
during this transition, just make sure that they put it in the right spot. Okay? That's all I got to say. No, but V, he'll we're
He's not
working that-
sick. He's just
No,
He's just going through a transition. He's transitioning.
I gotta do. My schedule has changed.
gotta do what he's gotta do.
I gotta do what I
he
gotta do to
do.
survive, so I can feed these damn kids and buy them fucking give them milk.
But he has a strategy plan. He has a strategy.
This is God's working.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. It's all.
Yeah, to keep giving to
so I can
people
keep
he needs
giving.
to.
Yeah, exactly.
He needs to stay at that fucked up job. We always do this thing throughout the show at the end of the show where we like to give our apologies, okay, for anyone whose feelings we hurt. We always say we don't give a fuck, but you know, we give a fuck sometimes.
I don't give a fuck. He
yeah,
gives some
yeah.
fucks. He gives all
I
the
give
fucks.
I really
like 3 fucks. So for those folks, we give 3 fucks to. Okay, we like to list them. Okay, homeless women and gentlemen, please join me if I'm forgetting anyone. Kids.
We're saying we forget.
Kids
what,
for sure.
What are you saying?
Kids are
We're
in.
saying that we
apologize?
apologize.
We
Yeah,
apologize.
we apologize.
Kids
I wish
number
we had
one.
some type of apologetic song or some type of soft music we can put on during this
Just put a
portion of the
fart.
show. You
Yeah,
got
no.
anything there,
I just
Tech?
got the. How about this one?
Okay.
What we want to do is we want to apologize.
One woman, 29 years old, walks into the grocery store. It sounds like some
Or this?
mysterious. That is not.
No.
That's a hell of an apology, but I don't think.
That's a man's apology.
That's a homeless woman. Yes, ma'am.
So we like to apologize to homeless women, homeless men, kids, white people,
Really?
Yeah, certain white
Okay.
people that may be offended. If you're not in that racist
I agree. Not all
part, then we
white people are
apologize
bad.
to you.
It's just the politicians.
Yeah. And anybody else? Am I forgetting anyone? Did I hurt anybody else's feelings possibly? Okay. I don't think so. I think. Did I say women?
All
Yeah.
the people
I may have
with-
always hurt women's
You
feelings.
said
So.
homeless women.
You said
Yeah,
homeless.
but
Oh, just say
Why
women
they
in
gotta be
general.
homeless?
yeah, because remember I said I'll give my money to the man instead of the woman. You know, I was like, okay, maybe that's a little mean.
He's sexist.
Should be like,
Who you want to
should be
apologize
like,
to?
how
V?
rude.
I ain't gonna apologize to no motherfucker.
What about your daughter?
Fuck
sir?
R.
You wanna
Kelly.
apologize to your daughter.
I love you, baby. That's all I gotta say.
R. Kelly, hell no, we don't give
Fuck
a
R.
fuck.
Kelly. Fuck R. Kelly and let it. He's about to get pissed on in jail, so it's okay.
Yeah,
He's
he
gonna
probably
prison.
already got
Fuck in
pissed.
jail, man.
Fuck yeah. Fuck him.
He probably likes it though.
Probably.
Yeah,
I
I'm
think he
sure he
likes it.
does.
He does. I'm sure he does.
And you know, whoever's gonna fuck him is like, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind. Okay, I don't see nothing wrong with it. All right.
Let him sing to.
So I guess that is our show, folks. Thank you for listening. Thank you for staying with us. We were on a little late today. It happens. We had some technical difficulties. Tech difficulties, let's put it that way. So we apologize. And, folks, that is our show. Again, Vato V may not be with us next week, but we may have some special guests come in to fill in the spot until he comes back, if you will. We may have, you know, folks we've had on the show before, okay? We might even have some females on the show to give their perspective on things. So, folks,
Yes.
that is our show. And remember, in life, you're good, but with our help, you could be.
This your mentality. Be a man, boy, stand up. Get up off your ass, homie, man up. This your mentality. Yeah, we getting balls deep. Conversation over here ain't for the weak. This the mentality. Got the live show when we on the air. It's motivation, elevation when you over here. Just take that negativity and leave it in the rear. DJ Khaled, we the best, it's always screaming here, yeah. We gon' get it in, we ain't gon' never stop. And we had to grind hard for everything we got. A real man ain't gon' never have his hand out. No imitation, innovation while we stand out, yeah. We gon' keep it real, them tough conversations. That's gon' help you reach the top and find your destination. Only way to win in life is good preparation. Sacrifices, dedication, it's a separation. Yeah. And you know that. Just believe in yourself, you can do that. All the hate that's around you, just pursue that. You gotta change your mentality, you know that. This the mentality. Be a man, boy, stand up. Get up off your ass, homie, man up. This the mentality. Yeah, we getting balls deep. Conversation over here ain't for the weak. This the mentality. 6 p.m. going live, got people tuned in worldwide. This the mentality. We the realest of the realest, and we know everybody gon' feel it. This the mentality show. You know how it go. Real man over here, bro. It's the mentality show. You know how I go. Can't catch an H over here, bro. No. Yeah. Getting to a topic, everybody like, whoa. We get balls deep, but you already know. We ain't sugarcoat nothing, we gon' put it on the flow. If you all up in your feelings, then it's time for you to go. Yeah. Cause we don't do that. We gon' address the issues, and you know that. This a place where you can get it off your chest. Say you're good right now, we try to turn you to the best. Yeah. And we gon' let it ride. This mentality we got, we take it worldwide. And we gon' let it ride. This mentality we got, we take it worldwide. This the mentality. Be a man, boy, stand up. Get up off your ass, homie, man up. This the mentality. Yeah, we getting balls deep. Conversation over here ain't for the weak. This the mentality. 6 p.m. going live, got people tuned in worldwide. This the mentality. We the realest of the realest, and we know everybody gon' feel it. This the mentality. Welcome to the Mentality Show, where it's all about